Today we're building a super budget all Amazon gaming PC designed to run modern gaming titles at 1080p and all for under $700. For our CPU, you really can't beat the value of the 12th gen Intel 12100F. It's just over $100, has 4 power cores and 8 threads, and it includes a stock cooler, which will do just fine for this build. Next, we need a compatible motherboard. I found a pretty sweet deal on this one by Gigabyte. It's the B660M DS3H-AX DDR4. For $119, you get a decent selection of connectivity, including 2 NVMe M.2 slots, 1 USB Type-C port, 2 USB 2 ports, 3 USB 3 ports, 2.5 gigabit LAN, and built-in Wi-Fi 6. It's not the latest and greatest motherboard, but it is a great match for our CPU and it doesn't break the bank. For memory, we're going with a gamer standard of 16 gigs. We're saving some money here since our motherboard is DDR4, which is still very good. I found this kit on Amazon for $38.99. 16 gigs is perfect for gaming, but if you do find yourself needing more RAM, the motherboard we picked out has a total of 4 slots. So you could always pick up another one of these kits down the road for a total of 32 gigs of RAM. There are so many good deals on storage right now. I found this 1TB SSD with DRAM for $55.99. Now our motherboard does actually support the newer PCIe 4.0 spec, but honestly for something like gaming and regular use, I doubt you would notice any difference. So let me save you some money and some buyer's remorse. Now onto the graphics card, which is going to be the most expensive part of this entire build. We're going Team Red here with the RX 6600 8GB GPU. This card comes pretty close to the gaming performance of the Nvidia 3060 for about $100 less, depending on where you shop. Since this is an AMD card, you are missing out on things like DLSS and the NVENC encoder, but you're still going to be able to rip through games at 1080p no problem. So if all you care about is pure gaming performance, this is a great card for the money. If you're interested in seeing how this hardware performs on different games, a fellow YouTuber, Shadow7, has a great video showing how well the 12100F and the RX 6600 handle modern gaming titles. I'll leave a link to that video in the description. Now to power everything. I found this 550 watt 80 plus bronze power supply from Thermaltake. Now, if there's one thing you don't want to cut corners on, it's the power supply. This unit falls under the tier C category on the LTT forum, and it has pretty decent reviews on Amazon. And just to be safe, I added all the components from this build into PC Part Picker, which gave me an estimated wattage of 305 watts. So we're gonna have plenty of power available for all our components. And finally, the case to put everything inside. Unlike the power supply, for this build, the case is absolutely something we can cheap out on, while still getting something that isn't an eyesore or a used pile of junk from Craigslist. This one on Amazon is only $45, and it does have some cable management features built in. And since we didn't waste any money on RGB, you don't even have to worry about it looking ugly on the inside, since we don't even have a glass side panel. So that's all the components we need for this super budget Intel gaming PC. I've added it all to my cart here on Amazon and came up with a total of $661.88 before tax. With that in mind, there are a few things that you could spend a little more on for even more value. The biggest upgrade you might want to consider is upgrading the 12100F CPU to the normal 12100 CPU. By spending that extra $37, you get a CPU that has integrated graphics built in. Now, that isn't necessarily going to give you more FPS in games, but there are still some advantages. One, this will still let you use your PC without a dedicated graphics card like the RX 6600. So say your graphics card died and you need to RMA it, you will still be able to use your PC for normal tasks like web browsing, watching YouTube videos, and while the UHD graphics on the 12100 isn't anything special, it actually will run some games like vanilla Minecraft, Rocket League, Fall Guys, or various indie titles, so you can still get some light gaming in. Another feature that's currently specific to Intel integrated graphics is Intel QuickSync. If you plan to use your PC for video editing or a Plex server, you can benefit from having this feature. And lastly, for less than $40, I'd say it's better to have integrated graphics and never use them than to not and wish that you did. The second upgrade you might want to consider is the case. There's nothing wrong with the $45 Thermaltake case for a no-nonsense, don't care about RGB PC, but it's actually not much more to get a case that has a nice glass side panel, so if you ever wanted to add some RGB fans, you could actually enjoy them. I'm a fan of how this deep cool case looks. It has some cable management, a power supply shroud, and it's only going to add $25 compared to the Thermaltake case. Plus you get slightly better front panel I/O with 2 USB 3 ports instead of the one. All the parts I covered in this video are going to be linked in the description. These are affiliate links, so if you do make a qualifying purchase via one of those links, I will receive a small commission at no extra cost to you. That's a great way to support this channel and much appreciated. Before you click on the next video, I'd love to hear your feedback on this style of video and this brand new channel adventure. If you found this video helpful, smash the like button and get subscribed for more PC builds.